Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Just control beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm telling you right now, you left it all on the field. You deserve the extra day's rest. Okay? I know you guys are going to be mentally ready to go. We got to take care of your bodies. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Let's go get one more. That's all I got.
Welcome on in, Cincinnati Bengals fans. We have a good one for you guys today. The Cincinnati Bengals, the 8-8 Cincinnati Bengals beat the Denver Broncos 30-24 in an overtime bout. This was a game that I thought was very, very frustrating if you're a Bengals fan, probably more frustrating if you're a Broncos fan. So many things happening in and out. We're going to get started very, very quickly. 39 of 49, Mr. Joe Burrow himself, Sir Joe, had an amazing game, right? No interceptions, no fumbles. This was just a purely just clinic type of game. 412 yards, 3 touchdowns, was sacked 7 times. The Denver Broncos have had one of the best defensive lines since like week 8 and accumulating a crap load of sacks in the past like 4 games. And so this is going to happen. This is very frustrating to see our offensive line be so inept in this regard, but especially within the interior guard position. But at the end of the day, we get the win, quarterback rating at a 122.1. And to really just harp on more about the offensive line, we of course lose our star left tackle, or left tackle in that regard, in Orlando Brown Jr. It looks like he's not going to need surgery, but his fibula is broken in 2 spots. And then, of course, we have Chase Brown. Ian Rappaport has posted on X, that it is likely that he has a chance to play next week. And so everything's good in that regard. It sucks, right? We have these positives, and then we possibly lose our spark plug in Chase Brown, who's really, if you really dial it in, right? If you really think about our successes as an offense, it really needs to be given the admiration that Chase Brown has a lot to do with our passing game. Even though he is the running back, him opening up and causing so much destruction on the ground, it really, really helps up our passing game. Khalil Herbert is the backup singer. He didn't really do anything for us necessarily in that game against the Denver Broncos. But once again, Chase Brown ended the game with 20 carries, 67 yards rushing, and 4 catches for 24 yards receiving. We need Chase Brown on the field with all that speed, the spark too, the wherewithal, the know-how. I am very happy that he even got to this point being as healthy as he has been as a smaller running back. But it looks like as of right now, it's just a sprain, right? Just an unfortunate sprain. Now let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the boys a little bit. T. Higgins, 11 catches, 131 yards and 3 touchdowns. T. Higgins, you did your thing. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cap. When that fumble happened, first of all, I'll say this, I am biased. That did not look like a fumble to me. If this was, jerseys reversed, I'm happy, but it still didn't look like a fumble, even though it was a 3-step ordeal. It was just so fast, blah, blah, blah. I've seen it the other way so many times. But still, T, you ended the game for us. You got us the lead in the very beginning of the game, and you just did so many great things for us. Jamar Chase, 9 catches, 102 yards, doing great things in that regard. You did drop a touchdown. It is what it is. A little comeback to the front pylon. You weren't able to hook up with Joe there. The ball hit you right on the face. So a little bit of uncharacteristic flaws in that regard with Jamar Chase, but we're okay with it. Mike Gesicki, this is what we have been waiting for. A big time game. 10 receptions on 86 yards. We always believed that Mike Gesicki could have this type of impact with the one-on-one mismatches on the outside with a smaller receiver, with his ability to come up with acrobatic catches with his wide frame and an incredible radius. It's just super awesome to see in that regard. And then defensively, I gotta give love to Andre Iosivas. We got to. He had that crazy 26-yarder that really helped us and get us in good position to score on that drive. Everyone did a great thing offensively. I really believe so. It was hard to run on the Denver Broncos, so Chase Brown did only average 3.4 yards a carry, his longest being 9 yards. Joe Burrow had 4 carries for 25, his longest being 19. This team is operating at a crazy frequency right now. We do still have so many issues, and the issues of number one, even though Joseph Asai did get a half sack, we need more production other than Trey Hendrickson. Cedric Johnson did do some great things for us as well. He was able to get a sack, but we need more consistent pressure. Jermaine Pratt coming in with that amazing interception bode well for a lot. Mike Hilton, always and forever, being a plug in the backfield, didn't get any tackles for loss in this game, but his presence is always known. I just got to see more from Joseph Asai. I feel like I want to see more from, of course, Myles Murphy. I know Myles Murphy played last night, but I don't see him anywhere on the stat sheet. So that's 0 impact dang near. Josh Newton, I like him. You guys let me know what you think of Josh Newton. I think he's just a young kid. He has a great frame. He can learn a lot. He did get beat on that fade route on Cam Sutton, but I just think that's just going to happen. Cam Sutton's no slouch. He's a pro. And, Mr. Josh Newton, he's a rookie. And so those things are going to happen to us. A few flaws that I did see also, especially the game shouldn't have been close. We have Bo Nix. Of course, you're athletic. Of course, you're fast, running out to the right side of the pocket and just throwing this Hail Mary prayer on the corner of the end zone. And, Mike Hilton, he's always pretty much been the, hey, go at 21 if it's passing. He is small. He usually doesn't have the greatest of eyes, even though he does get interceptions from time to time. But as you saw, he wasn't looking back at the ball. Marvin Mims was just able to go up and get it while having Geno Stone to his backside. And so plays like that, those kill us, man. Those kill us from a morale standpoint. If you pan to the camera and look at Joe Burrow, where he was at mentally at that point in time, and then it's just so unfortunate and so annoying because that shouldn't even happen because you do have Chase Brown falling on the 1 yard line. And I have no issue with that. I have no quarrelsome with that. A lot of people in the comments are going to be saying, we shouldn't have done the QB sneak. We shouldn't have done the QB sneak. I disagree 100%. And I tell you why. I probably would prefer a running back dive, possibly, to where we could, not score and chew up a little bit more time. But with the quarterback sneak and us scoring that touchdown, this is what it showed me. So many times I critique Zach Taylor, and I continue to critique Zach Taylor. I was always critique him. Also, Lou Anarumo. If you guys think about it, in these points and times of the game, they always play not to lose. I think, and this is me, the old Zach Taylor would have done the 3 kneels, would have done the, chew up the clock, and then would have kicked a field goal. And we would have won. We wouldn't have gone in overtime. But that same type of mentality in a different game, in a different scenario, in a different situation, it may not pan out the bestest of ways. What we did there is we scored a touchdown and we got up 7 points. I'm happy with that. Yes, there was a minute 30 left. Our defense is responsible for keeping their offense out of the end zone. I'm okay with Zach Taylor trusting the defense, which we have to do. I respect Zach Taylor also to say, yeah, there's this much time, but I'm not playing to lose. I'm winning this game. And so that's kind of what I saw with it. That's why I wasn't super angry. I wasn't upset at all, especially when Denver came back and they scored that stupid touchdown. We had to go into overtime. I was like, I'm okay with that decision. We can't keep, penalizing this man because he's not perfect. I am okay with Zach Taylor's slander 100%. I get you. But at the end of the day, this guy is trying to do his job. And I don't think scoring a touchdown right there, even as a QB sneak, is a huge problem. Our defense should have bowed up, should have stepped up. They don't. And we have to go into overtime. And then you guys understand how overtime went, and we ended up scoring. So this is where we're at right now. You guys are going to be getting this video on Sunday. So it's going to be an ordeal where we need the Miami Dolphins to lose today. We need the Colts to lose today. And as of right now, of course, the Colts are out with Anthony Richardson, and they might be out with Tua for Miami. And so we have an opportunity, guys, to really punch in a legitimate ticket to the playoffs, but we still have a lot more to do. Denver needs to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs, but if you ask me, the Kansas City Chiefs will be so brilliant, so big brain, so smart to just fall on the sword. Just lose the game to the Broncos so the Bengals don't get in, right? Like, that's definitely what they should do. They'd be smart enough to do that. If I were the head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, that's what I would do to make sure Joe Burrow doesn't get into the playoffs. But as of right now, as we sit, the Miami Dolphins are set to play the Cleveland Browns, who are, of course, depleted and broken at the quarterback position, along with the Indianapolis Colts going against the New York Giants. And so nothing's really great in the opponents, but that's what we need, and that's what we got to get. And so I'm here for it. I'm happy for it. You guys let me know in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe.